Thank you very much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events. I'm Channel 7 meteorologist Todd Jacobian, your chief weather geek. And we want to update you on the situation unfolding. I know a lot of people saw the video and the pictures coming out of Oklahoma and Kansas over the past couple of days, and it definitely causes concern when you see that with the storm system located just west of Arkansas. You're wondering, is it heading our way? The answer, yes. But will it produce what it produced out in Kansas and Oklahoma? Hear my son out there playing. Uh, but will it produce what it did in Oklahoma and Kansas here in Arkansas? Well, there is the risk for tornadoes, but I don't think it's going to be as extreme as it was out there. With that said, we can expect some severe weather, and the main threat will be wind and hail. We can never rule out an isolated tornado. I've got simulated radar I'm going to show you that will take you through. We're going to watch two time periods, really. And it's going to be late tonight, especially for northwestern Arkansas into Tuesday morning, and some of that could edge into central areas of the state. There may be a lull. We're going to have to watch that on Tuesday for a while, and then another regeneration of thunderstorm activity during the afternoon. So there's two time periods that we're really watching, and they're going to be different as far as which each one produces. The first one does have a tornado threat, especially Oklahoma into far northwest Arkansas, and then the threat going into late Tuesday, yeah, there is a tornado threat, but it probably won't be as high, and it's going to be more of a wind and hail. But as I always say never to Arkansas weather, and things can happen. There could be a tornado or two even on Tuesday, so it's something to definitely watch. Let's get straight to this video now. What you're looking at is simulated radar from the RPM model, high resolution model. And this begins at 5 o'clock this afternoon. I'm not a big fan of this model, although it did a decent job yesterday. It's run several times a day. And, you know, it's right 1 out of 12. So it's kind of like a clock. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. I've always been down on this model. It's run so many times. It comes up with so many different solutions. But anyway, I think it did a good job yesterday with many of its runs. I was noticing, and I think today it has a good general idea as to what's going to happen. At 5 o'clock today, you can see individual cells lining up in Oklahoma. This is at 5 o'clock, and maybe some in northwestern Arkansas. Each one of these cells will have a hail, wind, and an isolated strong tornado threat, especially out in Oklahoma in this area. That's where the tornado threat is going to be the highest by this afternoon. Now, I'll fast forward this, and we'll go to 8 o'clock tonight, and you can see there's going to be clusters and lines of thunderstorms and some supercellular activity in portions of Oklahoma. But I just want to stress to you that throughout the late afternoon or early evening hours, it's northwestern Arkansas that should be under the gun with rounds of big-time thunderstorms, some severe, and like I said, wind and hail the main threat. We can't rule out isolated tornadoes. This is at 10 o'clock. It looks like the southern edge of this, again, this is just according to one computer model, so nothing is set in stone with this stuff. But like I said, I think it has a general good idea as to what's happening, but it's that northwestern corridor from, it looks like just north of Waldron, up through northwestern, north central Arkansas, and more activity out here in Oklahoma. Like I said, that's at 10 o'clock tonight, and I'll go till 1 o'clock in the morning. Some that starts to edge even further now into the Channel 7 viewing area, and yes, these will have the potential to be severe. We're talking about wind gusts close to 60 miles per hour with some of these thunderstorms and large damaging hail. And here's more thunderstorm activity moving into west central Arkansas. Again, this is at 1 o'clock in the morning, so we're looking at a nighttime event. Now, these should begin to weaken, push on off towards the east. Let's just continue to go through. Notice there's more out in Oklahoma developing, and this is at 4 a.m. So it looks like, again, according to this one model, northeastern Arkansas seeing some showers and thunderstorms and redevelopment out here in portions of Oklahoma and northwest Arkansas. So we're going to wait as it's showing by Tuesday morning. Let's go to 7 o'clock. There's more thunderstorm activity in northwestern Arkansas by 7 a.m. Tuesday morning. At this time, the entire state has a slight risk for severe weather. Those tend to weaken. We may get a lull in the activity. I'm not quite sure if I buy all this rain that it's showing right here, but there may be some extensive cloud cover. We'll start to get breaks. And I think we're going to see a redevelopment again Tuesday afternoon. Look at this. This is at 6 p.m. Tuesday. Look at the broken line of rain and thunderstorms in western Arkansas. The entire state's under a slight risk. So we're going to get another regeneration late Tuesday. This is at 9 p.m., a line cutting through northeast, central, and southwest Arkansas. And during the overnight, it continues to push on off towards the Mississippi River. And that's at 1:30 in the morning on Wednesday. So it appears that the severe threat will lessen after midnight on Wednesday. Let's talk about the severe risk. Again, as I showed you with this high-resolution model data, there's a moderate risk for severe weather. This is Arkansas, right in here. That's Arkansas. That's the moderate risk in red that extends from near Waldron, looks like up through Russellville, on up into Baxter County in northwestern Arkansas. There is a tornado risk, especially in this section of south central, central, and eastern Oklahoma and the northwest Arkansas. Central Arkansas is under a slight risk for severe weather. Again, this is mainly for tonight, I think, especially the further south and east you go. Now let's fast forward into Tuesday, and the entire state is under a slight risk for severe weather. The main threat will be wind and hail. The tornado threat should be limited because there won't be a lot of, compared to the past couple of days, there won't be a lot of spin in the atmosphere to cause these thunderstorms to produce tornadoes. With that said, you can never rule one out this time of the year. There's going to be a lot of instability around it, and that could also contribute to a large hail and some damaging winds as these thunderstorms develop and push into the state. So I just want to give you a brief overview of the simulated radar. Just to recap, I think that things are going to start to fire up in Oklahoma, edge into northwest Arkansas during the overnight, maybe even central sections of the state late tonight. And then we may get a lull on Tuesday, and then yet another round by the mid to late afternoon hours. Another round, the last one, late Tuesday into very early Wednesday morning, ending around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning at the very latest. So I'll keep you updated with everything you need to know here on the Arkansas Weather Blog, as well as Facebook and on Twitter. Thank you so much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events.